Hello Matajiman, you're watching Notice Express on Hornbill TV. 14 village chiefs from border areas in Manipur's Chandel district had jointly declared the opposition to the ongoing border fencing project, stating that no construction activities would be allowed within their jurisdictions. The chiefs had issued a collective statement citing widespread anxiety among villagers over the demarcation works along the Indo-Myanmar frontier. They had warned that the fencing could have serious implications for land, identity and community interest. The statement had noted that authorities would not be held responsible for any consequences if construction continued despite their objections. The chiefs had also urged the government to halt all border construction activities until the long-standing demand for a separate administration for the Kuki-Zo people had been addressed. Their coordinated stand has underscored deep-seated local opposition to the fencing initiative, which had raised fears of dividing families and altering traditional village boundaries along the border. Arunachal Pradesh Long Dormant Freedom of Religion Act, enacted in 1978, had once again become a subject of political and social debate. Originally introduced under Chief Minister Prem Khandu Thungon, indigenous organizations had urged full implementation of the law, calling on current Chief Minister Pema Khandu to conclude what Prem Khandu stated. Ahead of the Indigenous Faith and Cultural Society of Arunachal Pradesh rally scheduled in Itanagar on October 18, Engineer Katung Wake, a member of the Indigenous Affairs Council, had stated that the state government must enforce the Arunachal Pradesh Freedom of Religion Act to preserve indigenous culture. Dr. Amy Rumi had clarified that the act had not been against any religion but had aimed to prevent conversions carried out through force, inducement or fraudulent means. Former Chief Minister Advisor Tai Dakak had emphasized that the rally had been purely an initiative of indigenous people without political backing. However, the Christian community in Arunachal Pradesh had expressed apprehension, believing the act unfairly targeted them. Earlier this year, the Arunachal Christian Forum had organized a rally in Bodum opposing the law. The APFRA, though passed in 1978, had never been implemented and had included provisions for imprisonment and fines for forced conversions. Recent efforts to revive the act and draft implementation rules had reignited controversy, with some organizations labeling it draconian and potentially divisive.
यहाँ हम लोग रिलीजन स्पेसिफिक नहीं है, आई थिंक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, हम इंडिजिनस ट्राइब, इंडिजिनस अरुणाचलीज, 26 मेजर ट्राइब्स, 105 और 6 सब ट्राइब्स।
मुझे लगा कि ये जरूरी है क्योंकि हमारा पिताजी ने हमको एक बाउंड्री बना के देखा, ये आपका बाउंड्री है, इसमें रहना है। और अभी हमें लगे ज़्यादा इंक्रोचमेंट हो रहा है, तो अभी हम अगर बाउंड्री बनाने लगे तो उसमें क्या खराब है? अभी हमें एहसास हुआ कि अभी हमको प्रोटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, इसलिए बाउंड्री का जरूरी है। तो अभी हम ये बनाने के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो बनाने जा रहे हैं तो फिर क्यों क्वेश्चन आ रहा है कि आप ये ऑलरेडी हो चुका है, ये एक तो नहीं पास है, हमें कुछ नहीं करना है, एक ऑलरेडी पास। हम गवर्नमेंट ऑफ अरुणाचल को ये नहीं
18 को पीसफुल रैली किया जा रहा है। ये किसी पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ग्रुप्स का खिलाफ में नहीं है। मुझे लगता है, मुझे जानकारी मिला है कि ये अरुणाचल प्रदेश के हित के लिए है। और जहाँ तक ये अपराध को हम सभी समझने के लिए कोशिश करें कि अरुणाचल बदल रहा है। 1978 का अरुणाचल आज नहीं रहा, आज 2025 का अरुणाचल है। सभी अरुणाचल प्रदेश अलग स्टेट से भी अलग स्टेट के साथ चल पड़ा है, इसलिए अपना स्टेट का प्रोटेक्शन करने के लिए सभी युवा पीढ़ी, सभी अरुणाचल के सिटीजन्स आगे आए और इसमें अपना सॉलिडरिटी प्रवेश करें। ये सभी ये किसी का खिलाफ नहीं है। रिलीजन तो अलग अलग है, तो कोई रिलीजन आने से स्टेट का इंटरेस्ट और हम अरुणाचलीज का इंटरेस्ट बड़ा है, इसलिए सभी उसको समझे और आगे बढ़े और एक दूसरे का कंप्लेंटबाजी ये सब ना करते हुए समझदारी से आगे कोऑपरेट करने से अच्छा है।
18 में हम लोग एक सब का रैली है। मैं अपील करना चाहूँगा कि सब इंडिजिनस अरुणाचलिस्ट आए और ये किसी का खिलाफ नहीं है।
जो हमारे अरुणाचल में जो चल रहा है और अपराध क्यों होना चाहिए, अपराध किस लिए है, और आपको पता भी है 18 को हमारा एक पीसफुल मास रैली है। उसके चलते आप लोगों को ज़रा ब्रीफिंग करने के लिए आज बुलाया गया था। मीडिया के साथ में हमारा इंटरेक्शन हुआ। हाँ, ये 18 को जो है एवरी कॉर्नर ऑफ द डिस्ट्रिक्ट, एवरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट, सभी डिस्ट्रिक्ट से हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स आ रहे हैं, फ्रॉम तवांग टू लोंगडिंग, वहाँ से आ रहे हैं। और अपना जो रैली है ये रामकृष्ण मिशन हॉस्पिटल कॉम्प्लेक्स से होंगे एट 7 AM, फ्रॉम 7 AM स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट और स्टार्टिंग टाइम, और इट विल कल्मिनेट एट मोपिन सोलुंग ग्राउंड, और वहाँ पे हमारा एक छोटा सा प्रोग्राम है।
चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड देखने को मिलेगा?
नहीं, चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड कुछ, चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड तो है ही है, क्योंकि अफरा अभी तक नहीं हो पाया है पहले भी। और हमारा जो लोगो जो हमने सर्कुलेट भी करी है, आप वाकिफ भी हैं, तो उसमें लिखा गया है कि अफरा 1978 अब तक क्यों नहीं, कब तक, ये हमारा एक डिमांड भी था गवर्नमेंट को। और वैसे उसके ऊपर में ऑनरेबल गुवाहाटी हाई कोर्ट ईटानगर परमानेंट बेंच ने भी थ्रो और 1 PIL, तो ये डायरेक्टिव रहा है कि अपना गवर्नमेंट को कि विद इन 6 months ऑफ टाइम इसका रूल फ्रेम किया जाए, और इसको रिमाइंड करने के लिए भी अरुणाचल गवर्नमेंट को, और इसे जल्द फ्रेम हो जाए, इसके लिए हमने आज 18 को।
Mizoram Chief Minister Lal Duhoma had said that the state had ranked among the top tourist destinations in the Northeast in 2024, recording a remarkable surge in visitors' arrivals. Addressing the Nanshin Festival in Champai district, he had revealed that over 5.2 lakh tourists had visited Mizoram last year, marking a 139.5% increase from 2023. He had expressed optimism that tourist numbers would continue to grow with the improved connectivity brought by the newly inaugurated Bairabi Sairang railway line, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi had inaugurated on September 13. The line had connected Aizawl to the rest of India via Sam Silchar, placing Mizoram firmly on the national railway map for the first time. Lal Duhoma had described the project as one of the most challenging undertakings in Indian railway history, highlighting tourism economic potential. He had urged citizens to preserve the state's natural beauty and showcase the Mizo way of life, including honesty, hospitality and respect for elders. Lal Duhoma had further noted that tourism could help reclaim wealth that had been flowing out of the state, emphasizing the need to attract visitors and retain revenue locally. A heartwarming story from Manipur's Tamenglong district had drawn national attention after 51-year-old ASHA worker Medin Leo Lemai Nyomai had trekked 8 hours on foot across steep hills and rivers to deliver polio vaccines under the intensified pulse polio immunization program. Serving for over 13 years under the National Health Mission, Medin Leo had walked from Nyolong to Atang Konyo and Atang Kulen villages, carrying a vaccine carrier through dense forests and difficult terrain to ensure that no child had been left out of immunization coverage. Her inspiring act of dedication had gone viral on social media, earning praise from across Manipur and beyond. The Manipur governor had shared her story online, saluting her commitment and service. Health officials had said that Medin Luj's journey had reflected the vital contribution of grassroots workers in remote and conflict-affected regions, standing as a reminder of women's strength and dedication in public health. The overall law and order situation in Manipur had remained noble over the past 24 hours, even as security forces had continued intensified search operations, area domination and intelligence-based combing across vulnerable and fringe regions of the state. According to the police control room, several arrests had been made during ongoing counterinsurgency and anti-narcotics operation. On October 14, Manipur police had arrested 2 active UNLFP cadres from Haupam Marak, Laurampam, Laikai in Imphal West. The accused Leshangtem Singh Sihat, Meitei and Surokpaim Tayangpa Singh had been involved in threatening local residents. A 9mm pistol, 2 mobile phones and identification documents had been recovered from them. On October 15, security forces had arrested KCP PWG cadre MD Imran Khan from Kairang Tingya Awang Laikai in Imphal East. The same day, 2 active Prepak cadres, Laito Cham Lucky Singh and Sorai Sham Athoy Singh, had been apprehended from the foothills of Narayan Hill in Imphal East. In a separate operation, 3 individuals had been arrested from Alex Farm in Kangkokpi district and 9.8 kilograms of brown sugar concealed in 225 soap cases had been seized, along with vehicles and mobile phones. Meanwhile, 130 vehicles carrying essential goods had moved safely along NH27 under tight security and 115 checkpoints had remained active across hill and valley districts. Tension had flared outside Assam's Baksa jail on May 14, 2025 after the key accused in Singer Zubin Garg's death. Case program organizer Sham Kano, Mahanta Zubin's manager Siddharth Sharma and 3 others had been brought to the newly constructed district jail in Baksa. According to ground reports, chaos had erupted as hundreds of Zubin Garg's fans had gathered outside the jail demanding justice. The protests had soon turned violent, leading to clashes between police and protesters. Several journalists, police personnel and fans had sustained injuries and had been admitted to the Baksa District Hospital. Among the injured had been senior reporter Nakul Talukdar from a regional Assamese satellite channel. He had recalled that when the accused had been brought in, locals had started protesting and this situation had quickly gone out of control. He had said that stones had been thrown from both the sides and a police vehicle had been set ablaze before authorities had brought the situation under control. Tension had remained high in there around the Baksa jail premises.
या देखिसे देखिबले পোৱা গৈছে যে আহিতো অলপ আনো
आज जो यहाँ पे जुबिन गार्ग का जो मर्डर केस है और वहाँ का जो एक्यूज है उन लोगों को ये नया जेल बक्सा डिस्ट्रिक्ट जेल में लाया गया था। वहाँ पे जब उस लोगों को घुसा दिया तब जो लोकल पीपल था उन लोगों को पूरा आगे इकट्ठा होकर विक्षोभ किया है, वो लोग प्रोटेस्ट किया है। अब प्रोटेस्ट ऐसा हो गया कि सिचुएशन कंट्रोल का बाहर हो गया। जो एसपी है इधर वो भी बहुत कोशिश किया है कंट्रोल करने के लिए। एक बार ऐसा हुआ कि ये जो लोग हैं उन लोगों को कंट्रोल करने के लिए लाठीचार्ज करने के लिए कोशिश किया, तब लोगों ने ऐसा पत्थर फेंका तो हम लोग इधर ही गिर पड़ा जेल के गेट में, तो हमारे ऊपर पुलिस गिर पड़ा। तो उस बार लगभग 30 मीटर दूर से वो पब्लिक पत्थर फेंक रहा है, लगभग 30 मिनट तक पब्लिक पत्थर फेंक रहा है। फिर हम कोशिश करके साइड में नाला है, नाला में हम लोग घुस गया तो उस बार बच गया। तो फिर हम लोग तो सिचुएशन थोड़ा कंट्रोल हो गया तो बाहर आकर देखा जो गाड़ी था पुलिस का जो गाड़ी था वो जला दिया। फिर हमने अंदर चला गया। एक बार पुलिस फायरिंग करते हैं, कोशिश करते हैं वो उन लोगों को कंट्रोल करने के लिए। जब भी फायरिंग करते हैं फिर पब्लिक गुस्सा होकर और पत्थर फेंक कर आगे आ जाते हैं। तो हम जब जेल के गेट के भीतर थे तब सुपरिटेंडेंट के जो क्वार्टर है उनके फ्रंट से हम लाइव कर रहे हैं तो उसी समय में हमारे DUI का एक गाड़ी था बोलेरो, वो बाद में जेल का फ्रंट में ही था, उसमें आग लगा दिया उन लोगों ने। तब मैंने वो विजुअल दिखाने के लिए मेरा कैमरा पर्सन को बोला और मैंने थोड़ा आगे आ गया वो गाड़ी दिखाने के लिए। तभी मेरे ऊपर वो लोग पत्थर फेंका, एक बड़ा सा पत्थर आकर मेरे हेड पर कैंसर हो गया।
3 Bangladeshi nationals had been lynched to death and 2 Indian villagers had been injured following a violent clash near the Indo-Bangladesh border in Tripura's Kowai district on May 14, 2025. The incident had occurred at Bityabil village around 700 meters from the international border when a group of suspected cattle lifters from Bangladesh had allegedly crossed into Indian territory to steal cattle. The deceased had been identified as Jewel Maya, Sajal Mia and Pandit Mia, all residents of Habiganj district in Bangladesh. Police had said that villagers had become alert that noticing suspicious movement late at night when confronted the intruders reportedly armed with sharp weapons had attacked the locals, triggering a violent clash. The 3 Bangladeshi nationals had sustained fatal injuries while 2 Indian villagers, Dhirendra Tilega and Mithun Tilenga, had been injured. One of them had later been shifted to GTPL hospital in Agartala for advanced treatment. A police team from Champa, led by the SDPO, had rushed to the spot. The identities of the deceased had been confirmed after coordination between the Border Security Force and the border guards Bangladesh during 2 rounds of flag meeting. Officials had said that the situation had been brought under control and the bodies would be handed over to Bangladeshi authorities after completion of legal formalities. Opposition parties in Tripura, including the CPIM and the Congress, had demanded that dismissal of Fisheries Minister Sudhanshu Das after a video surfaced online allegedly showing him admitting that elected representatives had been accepting money from contractors and businessmen. In the viral video, reportedly part of an interview given to a social media-based news outlet, Das had been heard saying that it had been an open secret that people's representatives had received monetary benefits from contractors managing government projects. Remarks had triggered a political storm in the state, with opposition parties accusing the minister of acknowledging a culture of corruption under the ruling government. Senior CPIM leader and Politburo member Jitendra Chaudhary had said that the comments amounted to a confession of a wrongdoing. He had demanded that the chief minister remove Das from the cabinet immediately, citing allegations of disproportionate wealth. Tripura Congress President Ashish Kumar Saha had also called for Das's dismissal and a high-level inquiry, noting that neither the minister nor his office had denied the video content. There had been no immediate response from Minister Sudhanshu Das or his office regarding the controversy.
हाँ গতকাল একটা এই চ্যানেলে এবং পত্রিকায় তার বক্তব্য প্রকাশিত হয়েছে। এই মন্ত্রী বাহাদুরের নাম হলো শ্রীযুক্ত সুধাংশু দাস। গত 2 বছর মাত্র তিনি মন্ত্রী হয়েছেন। তার আগে 5 বছর তিনি বিধায়ক ছিলেন এবং ইতিমধ্যেই এই মন্ত্রী মহোদয় সম্পর্কে তার বিধানসভা কেন্দ্রের এবং সারা ত্রিপুরা রাজ্যের মানুষের অসংখ্য অভিযোগ।
গত 10 দিনে আমাদের রাজ্যে সাংস্কৃতিক জগতে দুজন নক্ষত্রের পতন আমরা সম্মুখীন হয়েছি। পদ্মিনী চক্রবর্তী এবং হীরা দে, এই দুজন নৃত্যশিল্পী, কথিত যশা কিংবদন্তি এই নৃত্যশিল্পীদ্বয়, তাদের প্রয়াণে আমি গভীর শোক ব্যক্ত করছি। অত্যন্ত বেদনাদায়ক এই প্রয়াণ। পরিবার পরিজনদের প্রতি সমবেদনা জ্ঞাপন করছি। বিগত 10 দিনে রাজ্যের সাংস্কৃতিক জগতে দুজন নক্ষত্রের পতন হয়েছে। পরশুদিন পদ্মিনী চক্রবর্তী একজন প্রথিতযশা নাট্যশিল্পী এবং উনি এই রাজ্যে নাট্য জগতে একজন কিংবদন্তি নারী, ঠিক তেমনি
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.